Crazy to think we found this in a barn. What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel, and thank you so very much for 4,000 subscribers as of March 8th, 2021. Thank you guys for that. And today I'm going to bring you a new project that I've been working on for a little bit here, and that is the Barn Find E46 M3. Now, this is a topaz blue on black convertible once again that we actually found in practically a barn in Wisconsin. Now, we're here in Chicago right now, so this is about 2.5 hours away, and it was a car that was very well loved. It just kind of sat for a while and was dusty and kind of smelled like animals. But to all of that aside, the owner was an amazing person. I went and picked up the car with a friend, and we did a little bit of a refresh on it. But you know, we typically kind of follow along the whole process, but I figured, hey, why not go over the car when it's kind of finished, and then we can backtrack and go over all the little different things that we did along the way. So number one, it is a 2003, not a 0.5, so it is the early model, so it's not an LCI, but still a later year car, which is always a good thing. Really clean overall, no paintwork or anything like that. Topaz blue, which is kind of a rare color, nothing crazy, but definitely on the more rare side. One addition that I did do to the car after detailing it and all that different stuff was Oem Zcp Wheels. Now, these are my all-time favorite wheels. They're just a little bit more on the expensive side. A used set of these will cost you about $2,000, and that's about what I paid for these with tires, which is actually a pretty good deal. But expensive wheels, but they look fantastic. These are the Oem Zcp competition package cars, and that's obviously, you know, one of the best E46 M3s ever made. So the best part about buying OEM wheels is that you get an OEM fitment. Now, if you look at these, they're very aggressive. They fit the wheel well really nicely, and they don't have any weird gaps, and we don't have to use spacers. So that's always a huge plus when modifying a car. But the reason I added such an expensive wheel to this car was because it only has 107,000 miles. It's a two-owner car with no accidents, which means it's a very valuable car, and I wanted to upgrade the value to the next level and give it a little bit of my personal touch. Now, that being said, guys, everything else is stock on the car, besides a couple little interior things, which I'll show you here in a second. You got the factory taillights. If you notice, these are not the LED ones. These are just the factory bulb ones, but they still look not too bad. Did a little bit of buffing here and there for little surface scratches. Nothing too ridiculous on the exterior, but definitely a whole lot of detailing. This car did come with a hardtop. Don't do this at home. Do not do this at home. I don't believe it was a factory hardtop, but I did take that off to not only test the soft top, but I also wanted to drive it with the top down right now, clean out the interior, air it out a little bit, and just it's easier to work on like that, easier to work on the interior, etc. But opening up the door, obviously, it's got the black Napa interior, nothing too crazy there, but definitely looks good against the blue. Now, something that I did recently was I had the interior seats professionally redone, because that's something that on this car there was a little rip right here that got fixed, and just overall the dye gets worn after a while, and they look almost brand new, which is fantastic. Looking at the side, obviously you got aluminum trim, which is more popular on the later models of these cars, and I did do a steering wheel replacement. Now, I've done a lot of steering wheel replacements, so I don't want to cover absolutely every single one that I do, because it's a little bit redundant and boring. But if you follow me on TikTok, I do post little things that I do to the cars over time that I don't post on YouTube. So do that if you want to, just at Kyle Solcar, just a little bit of behind the scenes stuff. So another thing that I did to the interior, aside from the OEM steering wheel, which I actually took off of my slick top coupe, if you guys saw many videos ago, it had a nice steering wheel, which is right here, but I upgraded to the ZCP steering wheel, kept this one, and put this one on. So looks nice for sure, and I like that OEM look, especially with this car being stock. So that's why we went with that option. Right here, as you guys can see, I'll insert the videos over top of me installing this ZHP shift knob, one of the core, whatever you want to call it, trios, wheels, steering wheel, ZHP shift knob. It's something that I do to pretty much every single car that I own, because it's almost a necessity. This is typically worn, and people just generally don't have the best taste in wheels. So that's just that. But overall, the interior is really, really nice now. I like to do floor mats when I can, but these floor mats for these cars are on like national back order, so you can't find them anywhere. So I just try and work with whatever I have now. Looking underneath the hood, I did just detail it. That was super dusty as well. Now, like I always say, guys, I'm not doing anything crazy to these cars, and I never completely plan to, depending on what I get. But it is nice to refresh these cars back to the original state. Now this engine bay was completely filthy, and now obviously just detailed it, washed it, used some maybe of the chemical guys tire dressing to kind of get everything nice and, you know, shiny and matte, clean, hydrated kind of. But you guys can see here, Topaz Blau metallic, that's German for Topaz Blue. But yeah, guys, my whole philosophy with these cars is buying them maybe a little bit underappreciated, underloved, and then starting to love them, detailing, buffing, wheel, steering wheel, little interior components, maintenance, oil changes, everything that's needed, seats, etc., to get them where they need to be for not only peak value, but just peak love of the car and getting them to where they need to be. So this is, in my opinion, what I would consider maybe like OEM plus. Same with the red car I did previously. So I don't know. I really appreciate these cars. I love them to pieces. I've loved these cars since I was like, I don't even know, 8 years old. So my whole goal with this channel, and especially these cars, is to just kind of reciprocate that with you guys. Follow along with little things like this and little projects because they mean a lot to me, and I hope that you guys enjoy kind of just seeing what it takes to bring a car to its peak value, because that's what's most important. With cars and business, it's never getting too emotionally attached to anything. Being able to say, hey, this is an investment at the end of the day, so let's treat it as such. So that being said, guys, I really appreciate you guys watching, and I really appreciate all the new subscribers coming in. I'm going to be doing a lot of little update videos on cars that I buy and either resell or keep around for a little bit and then sell later on, just to kind of keep you guys in the loop and show you what you can do to maybe buy a car and drive it for free, or make a little bit of money here and there, or, you know, just enjoy it without losing some crazy amounts of money, because some people think that's a crazy concept, but it really isn't. But as always, guys, like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you did not. Subscribing would mean the absolute world to me. You can follow me on Instagram at SlocarMedia and at Kyle Slocar for just about everything else, and I post on TikTok and all these different platforms to kind of update to where we finally get to the YouTube video where you see the completed car and the little things that we've done. So stay tuned for more future projects on new cars, G80 M3s to E46 M3s to business lifestyle Chicago content. I really look forward to making some new videos for you guys. And with that being said, guys, thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.